Welcome to the battlefields of World War II. In this series, we will be looking at a massive amount of conflicts in chronological order which occurred during the span of World War II. We begin all the way back, when things start to escalate in Asia during 1937, and go all the way to 1945 at the end days of the war. Each conflict will be briefly introduced with information mainly provided by Wikipedia. The battle will then be fought out in Battlefield 1942. All theaters of war, including the Pacific, Western Europe, Eastern Europe, and Africa, will be dealt with. Be warned that there may be historical inaccuracies when it comes to the battles that are provided, but the main purpose of this series is to entertain, not to educate. For your epic journey throughout World War II, look no further. Enjoy. The battles of Khalkhin Gol were the decisive engagements of the undeclared Soviet-Japanese border conflicts fought among the Soviet Union, Mongolia, and the Empire of Japan in 1939. The conflict was named after the river Khalkhin Gol, which passes through the battlefield. In Japan, the decisive battle of the conflict is known as the Nomonhan Incident, after a nearby village on the border between Mongolia and Manchuria. The battles resulted in the defeat of the Japanese Sixth Army. After the Japanese occupation of Manchuria in 1931, Japan turned its military interest in Soviet territories that bordered those areas. The first major Soviet-Japanese border incident, the Battle of Lake Khasan, occurred in 1938. Clashes between Japanese and Soviet forces frequently occurred along the border of Manchuria. The incident began on the 11th of May, 1939. A Mongolian cavalry unit of some 70 to 90 men had entered the disputed area in search of grazing for their horses. On that day, Zhukov cavalry attacked the Mongolians and drove them back across the river Khalkhin Gol. On the 13th of May, the Mongolian force returned in greater numbers, and the Zhukovs were unable to dislodge them. Both sides began building up their forces in the area. Soon, Japan had 30,000 men in the theater. The Soviets dispatched a new corps commander, Georgy Zhukov, who arrived on the 5th of June and brought more motorized and armored forces to the combat zone. Accompanying Zhukov was Corps Commander Yakov Muskevich with his aviation unit. On the 27th of June, the Japanese Army Air Force 2nd Air Brigade struck the Soviet air base at Tamsak Bulak in Mongolia. The Japanese won this engagement, but the strike had been ordered by the Kwantung Army without getting permission from the IJA headquarters in Tokyo. In an effort to prevent the incident from escalating, Tokyo promptly ordered the JAF not to conduct any more airstrikes against Soviet air bases. Throughout June, there were reports of Soviet and Mongolian activity on both sides of the river near Nomonhan and small-scale attacks on isolated Manchukuo units. At the end of the month, the commander of the 23rd Japanese Infantry Division, Lieutenant General Komatsubara, was given permission to expel the invaders. Hey everybody, and welcome to the next episode of Battlefields of World War II. Today we have Khalkhin Gol. Khalkhin Gol. Not too entirely sure how you pronounce it, but some people say that this is the siege that preluded World War II, as this started in May 1939 and went all the way until the 15th of September of 1939. We made quite a jump, of course, the fact that we are already here in 1939, which of course I'm excited about, really plunging in the more well-known battles of World War II, but of course also a little bit sad because I do think that those unknown battles are what make this series a bit more special. But don't worry, there are still a ton of very rarely talked about battles to come. I talked in the previous episode about the battle in Alaska. We're going to have Norway, Holland, Greece, all of that good stuff. Now, during this period, in the beginning, it was actually the Japanese who earned some victories, but the reason why they put victories was actually also because the party that attacked the Soviet airfields did this without permission from the Japanese government. They actually worked on their own and completely disobeyed orders to sit and hold. Because of this, they were ordered not to do this anymore. And basically the two had a stalemate on this river. The next video that we're going to do is called Zhukov's Strike, and Zhukov was the person in command for the Soviets, and he obviously used a lot of aggressive force against the Japanese. This particular battle is supposed to be the offensive, where he used a lot of armor, T-26. I think about like 500 or something. I don't know. I don't remember the exact numbers of how many armor he used, but he used a ton to push the line across the river. And the war ended with another aggressive line, but that was more of the air, where there were a lot of bombers involved. I believe more over 500 to deal the definitive blow to the Japanese. I always think it's interesting to see more of these battles where the Soviets are involved in anything else than Germany, because that is usually the image one gets when one thinks about the battles fought by the Soviets. Of course, not realizing that they actually fought a lot. They fought the Japanese for a while, and of course also Finland. Finland is something that, of course, doesn't get talked about a whole lot, and it's something that has been mentioned earlier in the series that we're going to be seeing that as well. But because the next map is Zhukov's Strike, it's actually going to be, I think, the exact same map, but then reversed. It looks a little bit different though. It doesn't actually have the same skybox. But that battle is obviously going to be focused more on aerial combat, where this is a very heavy focus on armor. Now you can see that we did take over the outpost on the right, but I have a little bit of trouble pushing further in. I'm trying to pinpoint some of the Japanese. Oh, we got some tanks. Ooh, look at that. They managed to actually destroy it. Interesting. Alright, let's cross the river. I was about to shoot that guy, but one of my teammates was in front of it. This map in itself is actually really well produced. It doesn't have perfect symmetry, but as you can see, it is fairly balanced to where both our teams are quite the same in terms of the amount of reinforcements. It's not like one team immediately starts crippled or at a disadvantage. It's also a really good size for 255 men. There it is. Look at that. They got that bunkered down pretty well. We're gonna attack it though. We have a few forces over there already. They have artillery set up there. Two more shots. Kill him. Grenade! Watch out! Right, we're gonna have some trench warfare. Of course, sniper is not the preferred weapon for that. But we are taking it. Boom. Taken down. Oh. Ooh. Now's the time for grenades. Oh, beautiful. Ugh. There we go. Did a little bit of damage. There were too many of them to actually capture it, but we might have stalled them a little bit over there. Of course, now we are 2 years deeper into the war. Or deeper in time, I should say, as the first episode was June 37. So in terms of technology, things are still quite similar, but, you know, changed a little bit. So that's definitely good to see. Fun little details. Now we will play as the Japanese. Let's see if we can capture it. It's going to be more difficult as the Japanese, as they only have 2 capturable points. Meaning that there will be more reinforcements protecting them, as they can spawn in less areas, or fewer areas. If I can get a vehicle, that would be amazing, so that I can make a hard push. Trying to find. Now it looks like there's only turrets, cannons. All right. I wanted to use it to do a push towards one of them, but as you can see, we have a little bit of air combat going on here. But yeah, so the change of technology, I think, is going to be really cool, because again, this is going on until 1945, when we have Panthers, Tigers. On the Allied side, of course, the Shermans. Very, very cool. Jesus. That guy rushed in. This is probably not going to really do anything. Oh, wait. Come here, bitch. Oh shit, more are coming in. Oh my god, I did it. But of course now I get this shit where they've actually reached us. I need to capture this so that people can respawn here. No! And then I died. Oh, but look at that. I just captured it. If I can spawn there. Give me. Yeah, alright. Let's secure this this area, gentlemen. Get me into a tank. Oh, beautiful shot. You can see that this is definitely the most difficult area for the Japanese to defend, as we had quite a bit of ease taking that previously when we were playing as the Soviets as well. They can attack from the left, from the south, whereas this one they can only attack from the south. Can you imagine just an artillery strike on that group of soldiers? It'd be devastating. They are firing at us though with a lot of armor over there. With a huge attack force going over the river. that. We got some heavy artillery over there. Boom! What he's doing, he's gone. Oh, look at that. Artillery is trying to hold us off. Ooh. For a game that's pretty old, I do like some of the effects. The tracer effects are pretty damn cool. Look at that artillery. Massive. Absolutely massive. Oh, grenades. Ooh. Oh, gotta reload. It's gonna be really difficult to capture this because it's right on their doorstep. Meaning we need a lot of units here to actually gain the upper hand and capture the point. Oh, Jesus. We still have that armor. Can I take it over? Oh no, that's enemy armor. My good. Ooh. Wiped out almost all of us. Quite alone here. Maybe... Fuck you! Oh, gotta wait. Cool down. Boom, baby, yeah! Is that another one? Wait, that might actually be an empty one. It is. Boom! Haha! And we actually captured it. Great timing too, because it's just about to end. Alright guys, I hope you liked that very much. Like I said, the next one will be Zhukov Strike. We will find ourselves again on this map, but this time with more concentration on air battles. Hope you liked it, and see you guys on the next battlefield.